This is the last 7 kilometers of the trip from Yangambi over to the plot. It's a pretty steep hill to start with here, solid rock, so you have to go in low gear because it's pretty unforgiving, bouncing around and so forth. Sorry about the dirty windshield. I really wasn't planning to make a video, but I decided might as well. So we have 2 bridges to cross on the way, and then there's a couple of other gullies that sometimes have to be forded if it's rained quite a bit. But today everything is dry and the road is a breeze to drive, so no problems. Enjoy.
This isn't even 4-wheel drive yet. Oh my. Actually, we haven't had rain for a couple of days, so it's conditions are pretty good at this point. I can't complain at all. Whoops, just about needed to lower a gear here, but I don't have enough hands. Part of the problem on this road is to try and fix it, there's all these roots that run across on the surface, so you wouldn't be able to grade it anyway. So it is a bit of a problem. This road can be a little bit slick if it's just rained on it, but like I say, we're pretty good today, which is nice. This is a pretty steep slope though. Basically every dry season towards the end of the wet season, Ross tries to get out and build it up a bit with shovels and hose and whatever and let it pack for the rest of the dry season, and then it seems to hold. And then we got these rock interfaces here. But they do give good traction, so it's not a big deal. Quite a bit of the way is like this, just hard clay with some, I don't know if there's rock just under it or if it's just packed, but it's pretty decent. A few little potholes and when it gets rainy we get quite a few more, but overall it's yeah, this used to be a pretty bad one here. It looks like they've thrown some bricks in it, so that's helping a bit. And yeah, it's just nice running from here all the way. I can even get her up into 3rd gear here now, so we're totally cruising. Say this truck rides pretty nicely on this stuff. He's got some pretty nice big tires on it, and they are radials, but they seem to be able to handle the stress fairly well. bit of water on the road. Not too serious. You say it's if it's just after rain, it can be a bit slippery on the hills. This is pretty sandy here, so it seems to hold up through whatever conditions there are, dry or wet. But we do get the odd pothole stuck in here. So this part's all been built up. It used to be just potholes all the way through here, but Ross got the crew here. Must have been 2 years ago, so it's got pretty packed and solid. And this is natural here. It's holding up pretty well. Fork in the road, not very many of them. And then we start heading down to the next river here fairly shortly. This is the final rundown of the end, last little creek that we crossed, the one where the bridge came out. Beautiful country here. You can see all the corn is up on that side, and things are very green, that's for sure.
The other thing is that the grass is pretty short right now. It's only 3-4 feet high. By the time I leave in a couple of months, it's about 10-12 feet up, hanging into the road, so you can hardly see anything.
And this video may not even be watchable. It's kind of so bouncy, but anyway, I thought you might enjoy seeing parts of it anyway and see what it looks like. Yeah, this is just, I think, just solid clay basically. This piece Ross has built up as well. We had the crew build this hill. You need 4-wheel drive if it's just been raining coming up this one, though. It can get pretty slick. You don't want to be messing around with in 2-wheel drive in case you lose it halfway up, and then you're in real trouble. So, but today it is dry. And here's our bridge, still the same one. They haven't rebuilt it yet. It seems to be holding up fine. And up the other side, which is pretty. Oh, army ants going across the road. Yeah, it's just evening. Actually, the purpose of this trip was to finally go over and recover my last 2 bags, which just came up with a truck today that brought stuff that's going up to Sakazee. So they were good enough to bring them up, so I thought I'll just run over there and grab them. And yeah, so this also is an area that was really, still is the odd one, but had a lot of potholes, and Ross got it all, pulled a lot of clay, put ditches in and pulled the clay up along here. So it's quite a bit better than it used to be. But then just after he did it, there's a big truck just down there by the bridge that hauls stuff out, and of course he had to drive on it right after Ross had put it in and cut a rut in it, so it's got a rut ever since, unfortunately. Anyway, that's about what she looks like. The rest is pretty straightforward from here into the place.